Today's update brings a new dual boss encounter called the Royal Titans. Here you'll be tasked with taking on Branda, Queen of Fire, and Eldrick, the King of Frost. To take them on, you'll need to head to the northwest of the Asgardian Ice Dungeon and use the small cave next to the giant throne of ice. There's also an agility shortcut just west of the entrance ladder to get there quicker. The Royal Titans encounter should get you more familiar with gear switching. Rapidly switching between combat styles is a component of many endgame encounters and can feel daunting to learn, so they're trying to build on the success of the updates like Scurious and Perilous Moons to introduce players to another important part of your PvM toolkit. They recommend 70 plus combat and suitable gear for all three styles, such as Perilous Moon gear, Black Dragon Hide, Mystic Robes, an Abyssal Whip, a Rune Crossbow, or whatever else you're comfortable with. And here's how you can use each combat style against the Titans. Both Branda and Eldrick are weak to melee, so whenever you have the chance to get up close and personal, you should take it. And occasionally, the Titans will step out of melee range or be inaccessible. You can wait them out, but you would be better off bringing a switch for range, even if it's just a weapon and nothing else, to speed up the kills. And throughout the fight, you will be bombarded with walls of flames, pillars of ice, and nasty minions matching the Titans' elements. You will need to use magic to manage the arena and keep on top of minions. Elemental weaknesses do also come into play here, so make sure that you're bringing the right runes for the jobs. In this arena, you will be able to join a friend's instance much in the same way as you would enter their player-owned house. Right-click the entrance cave and select join a fight, and then enter your friend's character name. And no more than 2 people can take on the Titans at once. So what rewards do these Royal Titans bring with them? Apparently they have more unique rewards than regular loot, and they are geared towards the player levels that they're targeting here, which means that they are unlikely to be significant money makers. But the regular loot will certainly stack up as your kill times improve. Importantly, you can only loot from one of the Titans per trip. If you're in a duo, you and your friend can loot the same Titan or different ones. And first up, let's talk about the Twin Flame Staff. It's a tradable one-hand staff that's made from a regular battle staff and 2 unique components that are dropped by Eldrick and Branda respectively. Every piece is tradable. If your target has an elemental weakness, the Twin Flame Staff will automatically select the element that they're weak to and let you cast the appropriate spell without navigating to your spellbook. This will especially be useful when fighting the Royal Titans themselves. The staff itself is a slow, heavy hitter, firing off spells every 6 ticks or 3.6 seconds, instead of the usual 5 ticks and 3 seconds. To compensate for this, they've given it an echo effect where any bolt, blast, or wave spell that you cast instead fires off 2 projectiles. The first hit rolls from 0 to 100% of your maximum hit as you would expect, and the second hit lands a tick after the first and deals 40% of the first hit's damage rounded down. This slower attack speed gives the Twin Flame Staff a weighty feeling, while resulting in less lost DPS if you happen to miss a tick or 2. Up next is the first of 2 untradable prayer scrolls. Looting Eldrick will give you a shot at obtaining the Deadeye prayer scroll, which can be used to unlock Deadeye, which is a new ranged prayer that overrides Eagle Eye and serves as a bridge between Eagle Eye and Rigor. Deadeye requires level 52 prayer, and while it's active will provide plus 18% ranged attack, plus 18% ranged strength, and plus 5% defense. You can use this alongside Steel Skin if you're in need of extra defense. And this table here will show how it stacks up against all of the other ranged prayers. And by looting Branda, you'll have a chance to obtain an untradable Mystic Vigor prayer scroll. Mystic Vigor overrides Mystic Might and bridges the gap between Mystic Might and Augury. You'll need to have level 63 prayer to activate it, and while it's active you'll gain plus 18 magic attack and magic defense, plus 3 magic damage and plus 5 defense. And just like Deadeye, it can be used alongside Steel Skin, and this table shows how it stacks up against the rest. For another untradable drop, we have the Giant Soul Amulet. It's a teleportation amulet that can be obtained from both of the Royal Titans. When it's charged with Big Bones and Law runes, you can use it to teleport to the Royal Titans arena, Ober's Lair, and Browfit's Lair. Both Titans will also drop desiccated pages, which are magically imbued pages that have crumbled to dust. You can recycle them into burnt, soaked, or soiled pages instead. These are uncommon, untradable drops and can be obtained from either Titan. You can also use the Take Pages option to sacrifice any other loot excluding the pet and guarantee a bundle of them. This is a combat focused way to target farm pages, but it also means that you can get a bit tome happy during the fight or whenever you're using the new Twin Flame Staff. To transform your desiccated pages, take them to the new plinths located in Arceus, the Runes of Unka, and south of the Quetzalcoatl Gorge. You will need level 50 runecraft to convert your pages, and you'll receive a spot of runecraft and XP in the process. And finally, the Royal Titans also have a pet. Just like with Araxor, you'll be able to forego all loot and double your chances to obtain the pet by using the sacrifice option on either one of the Titans once they've been subdued. And there are some Royal Titans activity worlds if you want to try and find someone to team up with. You can use 573, 324, 328 or 567 for this. Moving on from the Royal Titans, let's talk about their 12th birthday event. They're running a birthday cake challenge in the Discord if you want to submit any Old School RuneScape themed birthday cakes. They're also hosting something called 12 Days of Old School RuneScape Nostalgic Voting. Starting on February the 9th, each day a new question will be posted in the Nostalgic Countdown channel in their Discord leading up to the big birthday livestream on February 20th. And they've also opened up a channel called 12 Years of Memories, where you can share photos, videos or stories of your most nostalgic RuneScape moments. And they've also opened up a tattoo suggestions channel in Discord, where you can request some inspiration for some Old School RuneScape inspired tattoos. Drop your ideas in here before the birthday livestream, and mods Jerv and Skylark will pick some of them to bring them to life with custom sketches. Then for the other changes today, the League's tutor has packed away his gear from the Lumbridge courtyard, but he can still be found in the southeast spire of the Lumbridge castle. They've also fixed issues with the max cape teleport display options, and the Colosseum totems once again respect the player's attack delay. Ironman accounts excluding Group Ironman can now add more specific whitelisted items to their collection logbook, including the Swift Blade, Fedora, Party Hat and Specs, Amulet of Rancor, and the Pharaoh's Scepter. The Emblem Trader has a new option to discuss the values of different skulls, and the items from Bounty Hunter supply crates will now be released into the inventory in a more varied order. Also, the skull icons used in Bounty Hunter to represent risk values will now have golden eyes if the player is skulled, and the Bounty Hunter Ancient Warrior weapon values have been updated to reflect their new charge costs. The sit animation will no longer cause players' heads to stretch when used with the Easter egg helm, and they fixed typos on the Hunter's skill capes. They also fixed an issue where the strange old lockpick degraded erroneously in certain Barrows corridors, and they fixed an issue with the activity advisor not displaying content on some devices, and the HP bar will no longer be hidden behind the Bounty Hunter skulls when playing on mobile and C++. The PvP rota has moved to period A. 539 is your PvP world, 318 is your Bounty Hunter world, 548 is your high risk PvP world, 577 is your free to play PvP world, and use 559 for LMS competitive. Worlds 390 and 569 have been activated within this rota, and the PvP arena is using max med loadouts in ranked duels and tournaments this week. And that is everything for today. I'll see you again next week for another RuneScape update.